Basketball Society.
Everybody, Alex Fischbein back again from Basketball Society for another episode of Fisch's Friday Rant. And today I'm going to be talking about Kevin Durant. That's why I got the jersey on. I'm going to be talking about a little bit about his free agency and everything and all these rumors that are going around. And I'm going to be talking about Markieff Morris. So, start things off. Pretty sure it was Stephen A. Smith who started this whole thing about Durant and Kobe leaving their respective teams in free agency and heading to New York to join Carmelo Anthony on the Knicks. And when I first heard that, I was like, obviously it'd be a good team because that's three big superstars. Even though Kobe's on the back end of his career, they're still three big superstars. They're three huge names. They're going to sell a lot of tickets on their names alone. And they can all just flat out score. But then I just got to thinking, like, one, Kobe was talking about this being his last season. Two, if it happens to not be his last season, I still don't see him leaving Los Angeles. Like, I'm pretty sure the Lakers would still find a way to keep him there so that Kobe's name lives on as a Laker and only a Laker, and so that he's not associated with any other team. Also, I don't see Durant leaving a good situation in Oklahoma City, passing up a situation to go home to a good team in Washington, to go to the Knicks, where they're in rebuild mode, and they're still kind of struggling to find their identity right now. I don't really see all of those stars lining up to happen like that. Like, I mean, you got there's just a lot of situations there that have to fall through for him to go there, because I don't see that being like his first choice. I don't see him going into free agency being like, I want to go to New York and play for the Knicks. What I really see is him saying, okay, I will still re-sign with the Thunder. I've been here my whole career. They've taken care of me so far. They've changed the coach and everything. They've tried to give me the best situation possible. I could go home to where all my family and everything is, and I could play for a good team with some good young players in John Wall and Bradley Beal. Or, I mean, it's also out there that the Miami Heat are seriously trying to get Durant in free agency. So then that adds a whole new situation where it's like, oh, so now if I don't stay in the place that I've been my entire career who's taking care of me, if I don't go home to a place where there's a good core of young players who have been in the playoffs, I could also go to the Miami Heat where they've won a few rings. They have most likely Hall of Famer in Dwayne Wade. They also have Chris Bosh, Goran Dragic, and Pat Riley is the GM with a championship coach in Spoelstra. Then he'd have to say, oh, I don't want to go there either. I want to go to the Knicks with a still unproven coach in Derek Fisher, a rebuilding team, Phil Jackson, who is still getting the whole grasp of this GM, president of basketball operations thing, and just a team that has pretty much right now only Melo with some question marks in like Kristaps Porzingis, some other young guys. They lost Tim Hardaway Jr., who was a promising-looking young guy. They lost Shumpert and J.R. Smith. They don't have Tyson Chandler anymore. They do have Jerry Grant, but he's also a question mark right now because he's a rookie. So there's just so many surrounding factors with this whole Kevin Durant going to the Knicks thing that I don't see that happening at all. Now, Kobe going to the Knicks, I think, is a little bit more plausible than Durant going to the Knicks, to be honest with you. I mean, I know, like I said before, I don't see Kobe going anywhere else if he does decide to play another season. But if the Knicks are ready to offer Kobe a ton of money, and the Lakers are like, well, we want to keep you, but we also want to be smart and think about our future, then I could see Kobe going to the Knicks. Especially with Kobe and Melo in Madison Square Garden. I mean, historic venue, historic team. Just, I could see that meshing. I could see that happening, kind of. But even that is a pretty big stretch. So, I mean, this whole big three of Durant, Kobe, and Melo, I don't know where this spawned from, but the whole thing sounds like a huge stretch. And I don't see that happening really at all. That's just not going to happen. I thought maybe like Dragic would go to the Knicks. I thought maybe Tobias Harris would go to the Knicks. Maybe even Greg Monroe. And none of them even went to the Knicks. So, I mean, you got three other younger, promising names, not superstars, but promising names that already turned down the Knicks to either go back to their former teams or go to newer teams. And you're expecting Durant and Kobe to just pack up everything they have and go to the Knicks? I mean, you guys can try and talk to me about like how that makes any kind of sense, but I just don't see that happening at all. And the Knicks are just gonna have to rebuild the slow way, to be honest with you, unless they find somebody all of a sudden that says I want to go to the Knicks and they're a superstar, and it's like, hey, all right, we'll take you. Let's go to the Knicks then. But I mean, to be completely honest with you, in my mind, I think that Durant will either stay with the Thunder, which I think is the most likely to happen, or go to the Wizards. I really don't think I don't think anything else will happen with that. I mean, you could talk about who's going to sign him for more money, but he already has tons of money in the shoe deals and everything. And honestly, right now, it looks like Kevin Durant just wants to win that ring. It's what it seems like. When I see all the things about his contracts and everything, it doesn't sound like he's looking for the most money. Who's going to offer him the huge contract? It looks like he wants to know who will give him the chance to win right now. Because after getting a sniff of the finals, he definitely wants to go back there and get his due and win that ring. So if you're not going to give him a great supporting cast, a great team around him already to give him that chance to win that ring, I don't see him going to your team. And the Thunder and the Wizards, in my eyes, right now, are the two most likely landing spots. With the Thunder being on top and then the Wizards underneath that. I would say like 90% chance going back to Thunder, 10% Wizards. That's just how I see it. And then real quick, I just wanted to talk about the Markieff Morris whole thing that's going on, because it's really weird, and like I'm even having trouble understanding what exactly is going on. But he even like posted this whole thing about how he wasn't going back to Phoenix. He's saying like, my future's not going to be with the Suns. I'm not staying in Phoenix. I'm going to be somewhere else. Don't bank on me being here. But then articles come out like from CBS. They had a report and everything that said Markieff Morris, or the Suns want and need Markieff Morris in their lineup and like as their power forward. And they think that Tyson Chandler and having that veteran big man around who's been deep in the playoffs, everything, will make him change his mind and want to stay in Phoenix, as well as just having his other teammates around would make him want to stay in Phoenix. See, like, I kind of understand that mode of thinking, but if you ask me, if I was making a decision about what I wanted or what I wanted to do, and I'm like at home with family, I'm already talking about that with family, like this whole decision. And he's talking about this back in Philly, where his family is, where Markieff Morris is. So if I was then to go back to a group of my friends or my teammates, whatever have you, they wouldn't exactly make me change my mind, because most of the times guys will trust their family a lot more than they trust their teammates or one of their friends, just like a group of friends or something. They normally talk this whole thing over with family because they know that family normally understands what's best for them. And I'm not saying like he's putting this whole decision on his family, but I just don't see him going to like training camp or something and just all of a sudden being like, oh, never mind, I love Phoenix. I want to stay here all the time. I don't see that happening at all. I see him going to Phoenix and being pissed off until he gets traded. Sure, it might be nice that he has a veteran big man around. He might learn a little bit while he's there, just playing with Tyson Chandler or even just practicing with Tyson Chandler. But I don't see him enjoying being in Phoenix, because after all he's posted right now, he seems pretty pissed. So I don't think he's going back to Phoenix. I mean, he's going to go back like in the beginning of the season because he hasn't been traded yet. But I don't see him staying there either, as he said himself. I don't really know yet who I think will get him, but I know he's not gonna stay in Phoenix. I mean, I can get back to you guys on who I think who will make a move for him, but I gotta do a little research before I get all into that. But that's it for this week. Thank you guys for watching another Fisch's Friday rant, and I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Please drop a like if you did. Comment down below on your thoughts on where you might think Durant goes, or Markieff Morris as well. And make sure you hit us up at Basketball Society. Check out the website, www.basketball-society.com, and Twitter at @bballsociety_. Thank you guys, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.